What's up, everybody? Welcome back to York Reacts, and today we're going to be checking out a new trailer from a game called Back4Blood. Now, this is a game that's already been out, so this is apparently a new expansion, so it's going to be something that's added to the game that you can kind of play with, and this is kind of a trailer to show it off. Now, I'm an animator, so I do animation for games as well for a living, so I'm going to dive into some of this stuff. I'm going to give a breakdown. First, we'll watch it all the way through, and then I'll kind of break it down and slow it down and kind of try to give you guys some insights and different stuff into the animation process into games, and hopefully something that you haven't seen before, you know, on another channel. So, let's do this.
Got your back.
Oh, yeah. Turn it up. Okay, here we go. Expansion 2. Whoa.
You got a name, pal?
You will call me Prophet.
Okay.
And I demand your help.
This looks like the cinematic.
In this blighted land, I
here's the
protected
endgame.
me followers. Guided by the light.
Is that Conor McGregor?
They came and took them from me.
I like the accent.
Are you
That's
a
cool.
man of faith, General? You think you've faced the dark before,
Bear trap.
but you've never
Ooh, that was sick
seen the
looking.
likes of this.
Shh, be quiet.
This way.
Open already! Back to hell with you!
Whoa, that looked weird too.
Get the hell out of here!
Harder! Walk over me, Frog!
This looks pretty cool though. It looks gruesome.
Walk hand in hand with monstrosities. For thine and mine is the power. Anoint your champions, O Father.
Whoa.
That all who dwell in the valley know
Nice.
we are the shadow.
That would be my weapon of choice,
We
probably.
are the dead.
Whoa. Oh, okay, so they got more campaign stuff.
Fresh meat.
Nice. Whoa. Ooh, that last skin was cool.
I have foreseen our victory. We will
And I like that
prevail.
character, he's rad.
A new
That character's
world will rise from the ashes of old. Hey, fucking man!
Whoa. Nice. This is a really cool trailer, and I've never even played the game, and honestly, never heard of the game either, but it looks really cool. It looks fun to play, and it looks like it would be best to play with all your friends and people you know, and you'd have a blast. Yeah, so let's dive in here. Let's check out some of these animations, some of this. So, right out the gate, I think that, like, so this guy, he's coming in, he's rubbing his finger on the table, and he has to move his hand because there's a lamp there on the table, and I feel like they could have just easily put the lamp on the other side of the table and had a really nice smooth movement of him just kind of walking up and dragging his hand across this table. It would have looked really nice, but instead he comes and he drags his finger across, and there's like an abrupt weird, you know, movement because he has to change his position basically. So you'll see here he starts dragging his hand, and then he's like, whoa, he goes like that, and it looks really weird, especially in like normal speed. And I feel like that was almost after the fact. Sometimes in games, like, I bet the guy was normally just pulling his hand across the table, and then they added the lamp, and they're like, we can't move the lamp anymore, it has to be there. And the guy's like, okay. So he has to move his hand now, he has to animate his hand changing, but it just doesn't look quite right anymore because of that. So I caught that right away. Like, when I watched it, I went, ooh, that looks kind of weird. This part looks really nice. You can tell this is the cinematic. They're showing off this new character. They want to show how realistic he looks. They want to show how good of a job they've done on the character, which they have. Like, look at him. He looks great. The facial animation looks great. You can tell he's got a nice facial rig. When he says F, his lip comes in, and everything looks really nice. These games are getting better and better and better with some of the facial animations, and so this one's coming along. And I wouldn't expect that sometimes from a lower, like, budgeted, smaller team type of thing, right? It's not, this isn't made by a giant company, or this isn't Ubisoft, this isn't Rockstar, this isn't, right? So it looks great for the team that they probably have. It looks really good as far as facial animation. Pretty cool. Now in here somewhere there were some spots where they really stood out to me as being a little off as far as the animation goes. The animation was like clipping through areas, and so let's see if I can get into some of that here. Okay, so right here, this guy's feet are like sliding everywhere, and did you see that? He's standing there, and then he goes bunk and pops forward, and that's because he's blending in his animation in game, because this is in game, this is not a cinematic, right? So it's playing one animation, and then the computer's telling it, hey, okay, play another animation, but the poses are not perfect, they're not exactly the same, and they're not in the exact same position. And so what happens is he pops, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Like, just watch really carefully this guy in the back as he's moving. So see, he steps back, his feet slide, and then bink, he pops, which looks really weird. And then his hand pops too. He gets into this gun position, which is really strange because he's stretched out like completely like this, like his arm is completely locked out, but yet he looks kind of choked up on the gun, like as far as how long the gun is. The gun looks weird. The gun looks really, really long, and he looks like he's holding it kind of incorrectly for some reason. It looks too stretched out. But that just could be certain things of like not looking at how a guy holds that type of weapon on the internet, right? Like researching that type of thing and just going, yeah, I think he'd put his hand like this. And then when he starts to like aim, his hand just goes whoop and like reaches out too far, and it looks kind of weird, right? So that could be what that is there. But either way, this is something that stands out to me as an animator, right? I see the same thing with her feet, okay? So look at this girl's feet. Right after this guy, you'll see the girl to the right of him. Just stare down at her legs and feet, and you'll see them moving and shifting and popping and stuff. And that stands out to me. Look up, see her pop as she got up, and then she slides in, and then her feet pop again. And so those are just minor things that really stand out to me in trailers like this and stuff, and I wanted to point out to you guys. You may not see this stuff, right? But to me, I watched the trailer and my eye goes, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's kind of like darting around and going, what was that? What was that? Hey, and it's catching all these little things, and it's interesting that my brain now works that way. A long time ago, when I was a skateboarder and I was skateboarding every day, my brain worked differently. It would look around at the world for skateboarding spots, and now whenever I watch any kind of movie or trailer and stuff like that, it's almost hard for me to just watch it. So movies, I like to sit back and just enjoy them, and then stuff like this, I like to dive in there and critique and have fun with it and kind of share some stuff with you guys, hopefully. This trailer shows off a lot of different gameplay. And it's really showing the new expansion that they're bringing to this game. And hopefully, some of you guys that have played this game before, it's gonna be super fun for you. And I don't know if I'll play this game personally. I got so many other things going on, and I probably won't end up playing this. But it looks pretty fun. It looks cool. It's a new take on this whole zombie genre. And you know what? Another thing that stood out to me right here is this scene here where these guys are running towards the camera. You can tell that they are using the same animation. So when the guy runs over, his arm and everything is at the same speed. So if you look at this guy to the right, he's using the same animation as the guy to the left of him. And they just timed it a tad different. They just kind of moved the timing a little bit, and to me it really stood out. I could tell. It looked like all their animations were like duplicated. And so it's just something like, once again, that stands out to me. And you guys might not notice it, but to me it's like a glaring thing. This is cool, this dude leaping out here about to crush this girl. This is showing a lot of cool gameplay elements in this game, and you can tell it's going to be fun for a lot of players. Like right there, this spot looked fun for me. I'm a sniper guy. If you play any games, find me online, Crispy Snipes, I'll drop the name. Anyway, the fun part of some of these games is sniping, and having the bow and arrow would be great. And another thing that stood out to me here was, I'll just jump into one more tiny thing, because I feel like I'm dissecting this way too much, right? Because a lot of players don't even care about this stuff. But like, once again, it's just something that stood out to me. So right here, when the guy gets hit, he comes back and he stops. And what I mean is he gets hit and he like looks like he hits a wall. He kind of goes, and then that wouldn't happen, right? You would overlap. You would get hit and boom, and fall back. But instead, it's getting hit and then it's stopping. See, bake, and then it comes forward, and then it doesn't even play the animation. And then right here, it starts like flying towards the camera. And what's interesting is the arm. So the arm right now is completely like, they're all completely folded behind the body, which I don't feel like would happen. It would fall off and the limbs would kind of flail out a little bit, and they would have some kind of, it looks a little strange for it to be completely tucked in. I don't know why, but that's another thing that was like, why did they pull the arms in right there? It just kind of looks strange as this guy is falling, that the arms become tucked in. See, boom, he hits that. And he would hit the railing, and see, they would tuck in, hit the railing, and then flail out. See, they're starting to flail, but see, they turned in. It's just kind of weird. And it might be something strange for me to see that, right? Or like nobody probably cares or even notices that. But to me, that was like, whoa, what was that? Why is his arm all... Because in animation, you want silhouettes to be well. You want it to feel realistic. You want to research a lot of things. And to that, it just looked like they folded in his arm to make sure that you don't see it. And it looked better on camera or something. I don't know. Like, I don't know how to explain what they did there. But it just doesn't look quite right. Other than all these little nitpicks, this trailer's really cool. I'm going to stop playing it here. I hope you guys enjoyed this little breakdown. The trailer looks great. I hope you guys go and play the game, and props to the team over there who worked on it. You guys did a great job. I'm just over here nitpicking, having fun for YouTube. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash like the whole
smash.
And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace!